Charlie Gold once said that she would delete her entire weight loss challenge if she didn't meet her weight loss goal, but she didn't, and that's just one of the many controversies that has followed her during her time on YouTube. Hi guys, I am Milana, and I thought I would come back with a girl world video because the views are drying up. But no, I'm joking, by the way. I just wanted to do a deep dive on Charlie Gold, and I did one on Young Dumb and Honeyborn at the start of this year. Go check that out if you haven't. And I just wanted to kind of do one on Charlie Gold because I've always heard of the weight loss scandal and the YouTube deleting channel scandal, and I thought, why not deep dive into it? I just want to say as well that everything is alleged. Do not send hate, and please subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. Let's try and get to 2k subs by the end of this year. I love that. I would really love that, guys. Now, before I get into the controversies though, I do think it is good to kind of see where Charlie had started out, because I'm not just here to like throw out random controversies without giving you a background on the person that I'm speaking about. I just don't play like that. So let's get into it. Charlie Gold had launched her channel 9 years ago in September of 2016 with a video called The Start of My Weight Loss Journey. In her first upload, she introduces herself, explains that she weighs 400 pounds, and shares that she wants to use YouTube as a way to document her weight loss journey and personal growth journey.
Hello, and welcome to my channel. Now, please bear with me. This is my first video, so I'm pretty nervous, scared, excited, just about every emotion you can think of in one body, one 400-pound body.
From the beginning, Charlie was very open about the struggles that had led her to that point, and she revealed that she had gained over 200 pounds in just a few years and linked her weight gain to experiences of trauma, including physical and mental abuse, eating disorders, and self-harm.
I haven't always been 400 pounds. Actually, I've only been 400 pounds for the past few months. Within the past few years, I've put on well over 200 pounds, and there's a lot that goes into that. Some of the things that I've experienced in life plays a big part in why I am where I am today, being 400 pounds. I've gone through a lot of physical abuse. I've gone through a lot of mental abuse through all of my life, really, up until a few years ago. I have done a lot to myself in response of things that were done to me at an age and at a time that I really felt I didn't have control.
This first video just is very raw and very honest, and she is very open about her struggles at 400 pounds, stating that people judge her, stare at her, and assume a lot of things because of her weight. While others only saw her as like a loud, funny person, Charlie admitted that this is actually just a mask.
Just see me as just this loud girl that likes to laugh through things, joke through things. Past few years I've been hiding from the world. Sometimes when you hide when you have a problem, you actually make the problem worse. And that's exactly what I've done these last few years. If you told me
She explained how her channel wasn't about to be another failed weight loss attempt or fad diet that she started, that she actually just wanted an overall lifestyle change, and she also admitted that she was scared of failing and scared of not being able to lose the weight.
To be just another diet, I want it to be a lifestyle change. So if you have any encouraging words, if you've gone through this yourself, or if you're on your journey yourself, I'd love to hear from you.
After this first video, she proceeded to release 6 other videos before her first Amberlynn Reid reaction video. One of these videos is an acknowledgement that she had gained weight, but after that she seemed to be fairly back on track, returning back to the gym and carrying on with weight loss content. In this first video that Charlie had made about Amberlynn Reid, she sets herself up to be a good insight into Amberlynn Reid because of the similarities between both of them. So, for example, Charlie gained over 200 pounds in a short time, and so did Amberlynn Reid.
There's actually a lot of parallels between me and Miss Amberlynn Reid. I've gained over 200 pounds within 2 years as well. I was in foster care as well. There's actually a lot of similarities between her and I, which sometimes, depending on what she's presenting online, it makes me understand her a bit more, but then it makes me question how we've been through the same things, because there's choices she makes I would never make.
Charlie spent time in foster care, and so did Amberlynn Reid. Charlie struggled with family relationships and emotional trauma, and so did Amberlynn Reid. And in Charlie's own video, she says that when she first had found Amberlynn Reid, these similarities made her sympathetic towards her, which I understand, because if you've ever been through something traumatic and somebody else has been through like the same, like similar traumatic thing, you kind of have like a trauma bond. Even if you have just met, you have something to relate to. Like, the way that I think about it is like, it reminds me of when I was younger and I'd meet somebody who migrated to the UK at a young age as well, and because of that we weirdly had this weird like bond, because you have a shared experience in common which other people do not really relate to. Like, you both have lived and experienced the same struggles, which makes you a little bit closer in some weird random psychological way, I don't really know. And due to this, at first Charlie was obviously sympathetic to Amber, and because of this she kind of thought that all the hate and backlash that Amber was getting was simply because of her size. But after watching more, she realised that that backlash actually came from lying, manipulation, and exploiting her weight loss for money. And to be fair, her lack of weight loss, if we're being honest. As Amber kind of just kept making promises of losing weight and starting weight loss journeys, and then she'd randomly just post a mukbang video out of nowhere. As well as that, Amberlynn at the time constantly talked about how she can't afford medical intervention, but she herself had claimed that she makes 10 to 12k a month on YouTube, and seemingly she squanders all of this money on torrid hauls.
Or it's really expensive place to shop, plus size or not, it's really expensive. So for you to spend that much money and then make the excuse that you can't fit in the car, one of those hauls is a week worth of you renting a bigger car. I get it, she doesn't have a driver's license, her girl does. But that's a week worth of you renting a car to get you to your doctor's appointment.
Charlie calls her a YouTube case study and points out that if so many reaction channels exist about one person, the problem is likely that person's behaviour, not just random haters. This video ends with Charlie stressing that her own channel is built on honesty, transparency, and accountability, not any lies or manipulation, and she wants viewers to learn her mistakes and avoid following in Amberlynn Reid's destructive cycle.
I refuse to build my channel on lies. I will not always be perfect on whatever my journey is on this channel, but I will tell you this, where I mess up, I will admit to it. I will be as transparent as possible, and I will continue to not lie to myself.
The video is then also closed out with a cute little quote said by Charlie: "Be better today than you were yesterday, and be greater tomorrow than you will be today." Overall, this video was quite chill. There was a lot of criticism, but it was paired with self-reflection, which made Charlie super likeable, and this caused her to be a very likeable character in the reactor sphere at the time. A lot of people in girl world are overweight and watch reaction channels to kind of keep them accountable, or if they're not overweight, they just have fitness goals, and Amberlynn Reid is a good case study really of what you should not do when you have any type of weight related goal. And Charlie fits in really well with these people because, you know, they're just trying to keep themselves accountable, and here Charlie is keeping not only Amberlynn accountable, but in that same respect herself and also her viewers, being like, do not be like Amberlynn Reid. She's not nitpicky at all in this video, she's just pointing out very valid points which anybody would point out if they've been watching Amberlynn Reid for a long time. And with that being said, this brings us into our first controversy, which is by far the most common one. I think that everybody in girl world has heard, and that is that Charlie Gold over the years has grown to be extremely nitpicky and judgy. See, this is fine if you set yourself up to be a reactor like that, but since the start, and by the start I mean Charlie Gold's first video, she's shown herself to be super balanced in holding Amberlynn accountable alongside expressing empathy, but the longer she posted, the more her viewers had felt that this had been shifted. Now, obviously, this to some degree is understandable. I think a lot of us found Amberlynn Reid at some point and felt a level of empathy towards her situation. But then, as we are exposed to more of the Amber lore, you kind of start to lose that empathy, and at some points you do get mad at her. So I do not blame Charlie for this at all. But I'm just going to insert some clips because I want you guys to see just how nitpicky and kind of petty Charlie was being. You know, this is just next level pickiness.
These videos, and Charlie Gold is critiquing Amberlynn Reid on her nails, her hair, her camera angles. Like,
just nitpicking. That bra originally was a white bra. There's no reason that, well, actually had color in it too, but it was mostly white. There's no reason that bra that was originally mostly white can be used as a nude for me. Like, she has to get a new bra. That is her bra is probably one of the strongest things to ever grace this earth. Can't stand the earrings. The cardigan, we could have chose a different option. The color works. I actually believe part of the reason Amberlynn comes off dumber and dumber every video with some of the things she's saying, I actually think it has to do with the fact she's not having human interaction as much. Maybe it's terrifying because it's water and it reminds her of a shower. Oh, she needs to repolish her nails. She's such an idiot. Such an idiot.
To this day, I would say that Charlie is one of the harsher reaction channels. This isn't a good or bad thing by any means. It's just, as you know, everybody kind of has their own reaction style. And I just think that when she first got all of her subscribers, she did it in such a way that showed that she was an empathetic reactor. To then stray from that and into such a 180-degree turn, obviously there is going to be some pushback from her audience. However, I just think that this criticism just came at not a good time for Charlie, because as people were looking at her now with more of a critical view, they then started to notice that there was some hypocrisy and inconsistency between what Charlie herself preached and what she looked like she was doing. The biggest critique she faced was that she was critiquing Amberlynn and Chantel, aka Feedy Beauty, about her weight and how they were setting these weight loss goals but not actually meeting them. And from the outside looking in, it actually looked like Charlie needed to take some of her own advice, because it looked like she had also herself struggled with weight loss. And like, what is that saying that's like, don't criticize my house if yours isn't pristine? And basically Charlie was just doing that, and this would eventually lead her to the biggest controversy that she had faced, and the reason that I made this video. And this is the weight loss promise and delete the channel incident, where, to summarize it, Charlie had set a public weight loss goal, didn't meet it, and proceeded to not follow through with the consequences she herself had set. Now, a lot of proof of this has been completely wiped from the internet, and for a while I actually thought I had made this arc up in my head, and what brought me to even start researching this was seeing that other people on Twitter also remembered this happening. I know that Twitter is not a valid source of history documentation, but I have now compiled as much as I could find about this little bit of niche internet drama. So let's go back to a stream that Charlie did on December 7th, 2019, titled Amberlynn Reid, How to Put Your Money Where Your Fupa Is Live. This was a 25-minute live, and there is a lot of things that we need to pick out. So Charlie starts off thanking viewers for 100k subscribers and explains that this stream replaces a video that she did not like. She mentions Amberlynn's recent live stream where Amber defended herself, but according to Charlie, showed her ass and didn't address real concerns. Then Charlie challenges Amberlynn Reid to a 4-month weight loss competition spanning from January 2nd to May 2nd, 2020, which the following rules which she lists in her description. 1. Winner is based on highest percentage of weight loss. Number 2, participation will run from January 2nd to May 2nd, 2020, 4 months. Which, by the way, guys, if you are reading the screenshot along with me, keep in mind the date is in American format. That one really stumped me, I'm not going to lie. Number 3, you must upload a video weigh-in at least once a month to your channel. In that video, you must go to the most recent tweet on my Twitter while holding your phone. Have Becky zoom out, step on the scale, let it speak the weight, and then have Becky zoom in. All in one shot, no jump cuts. Number 4, final weigh-in will be done at a private physician's office of my choosing in Lexington. Amberlynn Reid holds the right to request the same of me in a local office. I am also willing to travel to Kentucky to be weighed in at the same office at the same time. I will be paying for that visit to the physician for both Amberlynn Reid and myself. A video recording will be done by a staff member at their office and sent to each party. This is not meant to be shared publicly, but to be proof that the scale used at home was accurate. Number 5, if Amberlynn Reid wins, I will donate $1,000 to any charity of her choosing, and I will never react or do commentary on my channel to her ever again, to show you how serious I am about this. If I win, Amberlynn Reid donates $2,000 to a charity of my choosing. With her past history, she will have to film herself going to the organisation and presenting the cheque. or she can choose to send it to me and I provide receipts of me donating it to the chosen charity. Seeing that I haven't lost the respect of my supporters, I believe either option should be fine. Number 6, if for any reason anyone was to quit, it will be considered an automatic loss. And obviously, Charlie has mentioned that she will not be reacting to Amber and Reed in the video, as well as the thumbnail of the video and in the description. Now, Amber Reed did not reply or acknowledge that she was going to participate in this challenge whatsoever, but Charlie did raise the stakes by saying that she should delete her channel if she failed. I have tried to find the video where she says this, but I literally can't. And I did find a Reddit comment thread on the Young Don Honeybun Smart thread that said, when I see Charlie's face, all it does is take me back to when she challenged Velveeta, aka Amberlynn Reed, to a weight loss challenge out of the blue. Amberlynn, of course, never answered, and then Charlie failed it. Lol, it's so cringe in my mind, this is Charlie's legacy. And someone else had replied, then she said, I'm going to be 220 by such and such a day, or I will delete my channel. She didn't make it and still has a channel. £220 was Charlie's goal weight at the time, and I know that this isn't concrete evidence, but at one point she must have made a promise to delete her channel, otherwise why is everybody and their mum bringing it up? But whatever, let's move. So Amberlynn Reed did not respond to this, and after posting this video, Charlie actually didn't even keep her end of the bargain either. She wasn't posting her monthly weigh-ins and kind of just fell silent about the whole thing. Now, in the time being, Amberlynn actually managed to lose weight and beat Charlie at her own challenge, which, let's not lie, wasn't a great look for Charlie. People were obviously calling this out, and Charlie ended up releasing a video on July 7th, 2020. This video was titled, Trying This Again to Move On, Charlie Gold. Now, there were a lot of points made in this video, and I'm going to quickly skim over what happens in this 20-minute video. So Charlie starts off saying she hasn't been active for months and acknowledges being a defensive person and reacting more to hate than to genuine supporters. She reveals she had filmed a response video but didn't post it after her friends advised her not to, and also about how she had a therapy session before filming to clear her head.
Just to be clear, I had a therapy session before this to make sure I can have a clear mind coming into this and address this the best way I know I can.
She decides that she's going to remove weight-related content, avoid oversharing, and redefine transparency on her own terms.
And for me, moving forward, my weight specifically, I will be removing from this channel. Health, I will try to navigate through what that looks like to me. And also transparency, even though it's not part of my banner, but you get what I'm saying, because transparency is a big word that's being used a lot. I have to figure out what that definition means to me, because my definition of transparency is not going to be the definition for all of you. I just know it's not.
She also loosely takes accountability in this video. She then also says she will not be leaving YouTube anytime soon and finishes with a deep apology. Now, the thing is, Charlie started off this video throwing subtle shade to Chantel.
I put my socks on one by one every single day without the help of anyone. And what you sound like walking to a park bench is what I sound like after a 7-mile walk.
And also has a part in her video where she throws subtle shade to Amberlynn Reed and her diagnosis.
And if I'm being completely honest, as rude as it may sound, I do not want to gain my support back by being diagnosed with something.
The thing is, this video wasn't going to be well received, even if she sat down and acknowledged that she messed up. But throwing subtle shade to someone who literally beat you at your own challenge was probably more embarrassing. And the comments on the video really did reflect that. One was saying, Charlie, I've been sub 2 since you had around 10k. Stop with the excuses that you shame other people for. Stop with the nasty passive-aggressive comments about other people in your intros and throughout your videos. You've preached that this is a weight loss channel, and for the last few months it's been everything but. You sound exactly like the people you constantly criticise. The majority of your viewers want to watch you, but we don't want to listen to the above anymore. I'm not suggesting you stop defending yourself against racist trolls, by the way. I don't want anybody to twist my words. I'm saying you should just drop all this drama, be yourself, and start fresh. There was also another comment which said, this isn't it, Charlie. Sorry, I'm not seeing accountability in this. Well, I didn't think this would get so big, and I was shocked it did, but now it's getting too wild and I'm not going to cover my own weight, even though that's all I've been putting out in 2020 is challenges that went nowhere. Just admit it, you were in the same position as our girls and also couldn't keep your money where your mouth was. Another comment said, "It's insane and mind-boggling that you can't see the irony in demanding weigh-ins from Amberlynn Reid and Foodie Beauty and not doing a weigh-in after you've promised one. No one actually cares about your weight. We care about you holding the same standards for yourself that you do for them. It's not only that you're mean, it's that you're also a hypocrite. You're the same as Amber and Chantel." Overall, clearly the response was not positive. But that is where this drama does end. Now, Charlie has spoken a little bit about her past in live streams, but the people that watch her now either weren't around for this arc and have kind of always known Charlie to be this reactor that she is, you know, the person that makes jabs at people that she's reacting to, and they also don't know how she was so sympathetic at the start. So most of the audience that she started with is probably gone, and she has now just built a new audience, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it just causes this drama to be buried. And that's kind of it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 2K by the end of this year, but it's looking a little bit bleak, I'm not gonna lie. But thank you guys so much for watching, and you know, I will hopefully see you in another video. I love doing, you know, Girl World adjacent videos, and I will be trying to do more Girl World adjacent videos because they're just fun for me. They're fun to film, they're fun to, you know, research about, and just, I don't know, I just feel more free, if you get what I mean. But like I said, thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you in another video. Bye bye.